In the shadowy heart of a forgotten forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind and the moon's glow was muted by heavy clouds, there lay an ancient, decrepit mansion. Its windows were like vacant eyes, staring out into the night with a chilling emptiness. The locals spoke of the mansion with hushed voices, warning of the malevolent presence that lurked within its walls. The story began with a curious young woman named Eliza. Drawn by a mixture of skepticism and thrill, she decided to spend a night in the mansion to prove the superstitious tales wrong. Armed with only a flashlight, she stepped through the creaking front door, feeling the oppressive atmosphere settle around her like a shroud. As Eliza explored, the air grew colder, and shadows seemed to twist and dance in the corners of her vision. Every sound was amplified in the eerie silence, and each step echoed like a haunting refrain. A rustling noise from a nearby room caught her attention, and she cautiously made her way towards it. In the dim light of her flashlight, Eliza discovered a room adorned with cracked mirrors, their reflective surfaces warped and distorted. In their fractured glass, she caught glimpses of her own reflection, fragmented, unfamiliar, and unsettling. Unease clawed at her chest, but a voice whispered that it was just her imagination playing tricks. As the night wore on, Eliza's resolve wavered. The mansion seemed to pulse with a life of its own, its walls closing in like a vice. Every corner she turned led to the same room, the mirrors multiplying, each reflection more twisted than the last. Panic gnawed at her, and she found herself trapped in a maze of mirrors that reflected not only her appearance but also her fears, doubts, and insecurities. Desperation gripped Eliza as she realized the mansion was a manifestation of her own inner struggles. Each mirror represented a facet of her personality, her doubts, her regrets, her fears of failure and insignificance. The chilling truth became clear: she was her own tormentor, trapped in a cycle of self-destructive thoughts and emotions. In a moment of clarity, Eliza realized that escaping the mansion required confronting her reflections, facing her own darkness head-on. Trembling, she turned to the nearest mirror, meeting the eyes of her distorted reflection. With a voice steadied by newfound determination, she began to speak. "I am more than my doubts. I am stronger than my fears," Eliza whispered, her words echoing through the room. Slowly, the mirror began to ripple, the distorted features smoothing into a more familiar reflection. As the first mirror transformed, a ripple effect spread through the room, each mirror changing in response to her affirmations. Hours seemed to pass as Eliza repeated her mantra, facing her reflections one by one. With each proclamation, the mirrors shifted, revealing versions of herself untainted by negativity. Tears mingled with sweat on her cheeks as she banished the shackles of self-doubt that had bound her for so long. As the last mirror transformed, the mansion trembled, its malevolent presence giving way to a peaceful serenity. The moon's light pierced through the clouds, casting a gentle glow on the room. Eliza stepped out of the maze of mirrors, her heart lighter than it had been in years. The next morning, as the sun painted the forest in warm hues, Eliza emerged from the mansion. The locals were astonished to see her unharmed, and they listened in awe as she recounted her night of revelation. The mansion, once a symbol of dread, was now a testament to her triumph over her own inner demons.
If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Your support is what makes us continue sharing stories for everyone.